Hey manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. So we are coming to a new moon in Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpio season. It has begun. So before I get into this new moon in Scorpio, let's get into the times. It will be LA on the November 1st at 5:47 in the morning. New York at 8:47 in the morning, London at 12:47 in the afternoon, and Sydney and Brisbane, Australia at 11:47 on the first day of November at nighttime. So wherever you are in the world, you can look up your time for your new moon in Scorpio. Now, it's one of those things that a new moon, every time there's a new moon, it's a great time to plant seeds of intention and start anew and have a look at what that last fortnight has felt for you since the full moon, and then how can you now set a new trajectory and get back on path for this new moon? What is it that you need to do? When it is a new moon in Scorpio, it means the sun and the moon are both in Scorpio. It is often a really private, internal, almost secretive shift in yourself for this new moon. It might be an intention or a new project or a decision for health or whatever topic it may be in your life. And you decide to do this decision, you decide to do this new undertaking, but you may do it in private. And sometimes those are the most important decisions that we make, are the decisions that we make where no one actually knows about it. And we know that it's for our sovereign self. You know, it's an interesting time where we make new decisions, we go forward. You think of it's an interesting time where there's elections going on. We just voted here in Australia, like in Queensland, we did our state election. And you think about times of change, new ideas that are coming. You think of America with their elections coming up. And it is a personal, internal decision. And whether those internal decisions are something that you want to share, or whether there's something that you want to harness and keep the potency of that intention within you. And I think manifesting, especially those of you that have been watching this channel for a while and you believe in the law of attraction and manifestation, and you know in yourself when is those cycles to plant new intentions, when is the cycles to let go and let things be illuminated and come to the surface like in a full moon. This is a really internal time for transformation. It can be deeply healing because remember, Scorpio is the deepest water sign, and I do love that about Scorpio. It goes into the depth of things more so than all the other water signs. You know, Cancerians can be a bit more emotional and want to feel that safety, and then the Piscean can get into that dreamy and often imaginative state, whereas Scorpio, it still can get things done and transform, but in the deepest part of us. So where in the deepest part of you do you go, okay, I'm ready to really transform this. I'm really ready to be this new version of myself, but in an internal commitment or an internal deep promise that you've made for yourself. The other aspect of a new moon in Scorpio, you may be challenged in your transformation. So you may be challenged with people around you, you may be challenged with work, you may be challenged in all different areas. And notice where you're being challenged, because that is the exact spot where that deep transformation needs to be focused and occur. So maybe behaving in a different way than what you would normally do. I've been definitely working on boundaries and really working on what is good for me in my inner waters. Where do I feel there's a joyful frequency around something, or where do I feel that this thing drags me down? And now I know how to put these boundaries in a lot better. That's been a very internal process that's very finite and delicate, and really working on that inner transformation more so than the external result. It's a very internal little journey. The other thing that Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. I had a good conversation about Pluto the other day, actually. Now, Pluto is that planet that's a little dwarf planet that they say is not a planet anymore. It was classified as a planet, but now it's not. It does have its own moons. It does move with the rest of the planets in our same solar system. it does revolve around the sun, just like Earth, Mars, Neptune, Venus, Uranus. Like, it's still behaving like a planet. It's still a planet. It's just that it's a dwarf planet. Its size is smaller. So just because things are on the outskirts, it's like the runt of the pack. When we have Pluto, this planet on the outskirts circling around the sun, it can actually observe. It can be a bit out there. It can be a bit more that radical part of ourselves that can see where we need to make that transformation from the outside, from a out of the box way of looking at things. So I think when Pluto, especially both Mars and Pluto, are ruling Scorpio, we can look at things in a different way, from a different perspective, from a different set of fresh eyes, from an objective perspective, and think, okay, well, how do I want to make this transformation if I was observing myself from the outside? But then couple that with Mars, that's a ruler of Scorpio. And Mars, Mars gets a bad rap because it's the whole planet of war, planet of conflict, planet of, direction, and it's the yang. But where can you couple that observation of your transformation and give that the energy of doing things in a different way, so that you can, this new moon on the 1st of November, whatever time it is for you on the planet, internally make a decision privately that nobody else will have to know about. And you go, this is where I'm going to set my trajectory forward, using that Mars energy, using that Pluto energy, observing, and move forward in my private inner transformation. Doesn't matter the aspect in life it is for you. It could be transformation of your physical body. It could be transformation of what you want to read and what you want to learn, what you want to study. It could be transformation about your career. It could be transformation about where you're living. It could be transformation about your relationships. It could be transformation about your romance. It could be transformation in your spirituality, especially right now, deep spirituality when it's new moon in Scorpio. What a beautiful time to go into that deeper meditative practice. It could be transformation by listening to music that takes you into that transcendent space. It could be also listening to deep subliminals. This transformation can happen in, yes, the physical realm, the spiritual realm, the energetic realm, your career realm, in your finances. It is a really potent opportunity right now. So that potency can either be a little gift to make you shift forward, or that potency could feel like a real challenge and a real sting for you that goes, oof, that kind of hurt. So you can see where it's happening. If it comes to you as a massive challenge, go in a bit deeper. I invite you to go into the root cause of whatever that challenge is. Or if it's a pattern that's occurred from the past, go, where have I seen this pattern occur in the past before? And what did I do last time? Or what do I need to do to bring me to my own leadership within my private transformative self, so that I can have that inner transformation to harness my energy for where I want to go in my Mars trajectory, my leadership of myself, of my sovereign self, of my own decision. So it's a potent time, but other people may not notice that. And that's okay. This is a potent time for your inner self to get into the trajectory that it needs to. Now, we've just come out of Libra season. Libra season, so yearning for harmony and people pleasing, and does that whole balance of the Libra thing and looks at the relationships and the harmony, whereas Scorpio goes, right now, no, I need to now get things in action. I need to now put that little sting in my tail and burrow myself down into the desert sands and do the work and make these things happen. So this new moon, it can be super potent, super powerful. Do notice if you get the hardcore challenges that are like, oh, this is kind of irritating and this is getting under my skin, look at those and go deeper. I invite you to go a little deeper into that and think, okay, I do have the sovereign power and ability to do the transformation privately and internally, and I am capable to have that response ability to make that change happen. And this can be a really incredible new moon for you wherever you are in the world. Get into those deep waters, Don't be afraid to go to those places. Doesn't matter how deep and dark they are. The more you shine that light on them, they will transform just with your intent. I'm Meera Allen. I hope that this new moon in Scorpio made sense for you and you can balance both those Pluto and Mars energies right now. And I'll catch you on the full moon. Namaste.